Hi, I hope you loved that intro because it took me at least an hour to make. I think that's how a lot of this long form vlogging journey though is going to go as I start standing up my YouTube channel. I've been doing vlogs here and there on TikTok, but I just wanted to make it more of a thing this year. So I thought no better way to start by ripping the band-aid off on a little weekend getaway. This was over Valentine's Day weekend. Owen and I took the Amtrak up to New York City, and after drinking lots of wine, watching traders, and passing some of the most liminal spaces I could ever imagine, we arrived. Our hotel was right near Carnegie Hall in Midtown. We wanted to be close to the theater district, to the park, and also to the Upper East Side where we were going to be going first thing in the morning. Since we got in so late, we pretty much went straight to bed so that we could get as much sleep as possible. During the day, we had plans to go to the Frick Collection. I'd never been to the Frick Collection, but two of our really good friends from DC, Kiefer and Sophia, were also going to be in New York for Valentine's Day, and so we planned a fun little double day date with them. They met us outside of our hotel, and we walked with them to the Upper East Side, where we grabbed a really quick bite at St. Ambrose. It was not anything to write home about, I'll just say that. Beautiful gowns, but I did realize it's literally in the Regency Hotel, and my RHONY fans will know what the Regency Hotel is. Don't let it be about Tom. You're not allowed to take pictures or videos at the Frick, which I very publicly learned, but they did have this stunning courtyard that we sat in, and I actually ended up bumping into my friend Ashna, who was in New York from DC as well, and I realized looking back at my footage that this is Ashna right here. I captured her unknowingly in the reflection of these doors in the courtyard. The museum was super busy though, so I would love to go back at a time when it's not that busy. I did have a great time though. I actually ended up talking to this lady who was a longtime member there. We were just sitting next to each other on one of the benches in the collections, and she was telling me all about the history and all about Mr. Frick himself. So it was a really neat experience. After exploring that place top to bottom, we walked back to the hotel, and I took a load off while Owen went on a run in Central Park. And let's be real, I needed the extra time to get ready. Don't want to rush. I want to watch Real Housewives. I want to drink my Gatorade. I want it to feel like the ritual that it truly is. I failed to get a great video of my full outfit, but I wore a lacy Free People top, denim jeans from The Gap, and vintage Stuart Weitzman heels. For dinner, we walked to the Consulate in Midtown. Neither of us had been there before, but they looked like they had a really yummy prefix dinner for Valentine's Day. The star of the show of every course, though, were the drinks. I got this really delicious gin drink with lemon, pear, and rosemary, and then that had that beautiful rose ice cube. And Owen got an Aperol and Mezcal cocktail, which I hate Aperol, but I actually thought it was delicious. Unlike Claire Saffitz, Owen and I are not really dessert people, but the dessert on this prefix menu was creme brulee, and I love creme brulee. That was a perfect little sweet treat before our show. We went to see Chicago with Whitney Leavitt after watching her on Dancing with the Stars last season, and we were both so excited. Probably me a little bit more because Owen liked Robert Irwin on Dancing with the Stars better, but we both agreed that she belongs on the stage 100%. And even better than seeing her live out her dream is that a couple got engaged at our show. It was so sweet. The guy set up this whole thing, like had her come up to the front, and I'm sure it was a very easy yes. They seemed like a beautiful couple. And we actually saw them next door at Don Marino's, which is a little bit of a hole-in-the-wall Italian restaurant, because they went there to have dinner and celebrate their engagement with their family. We just sat at the bar, listened to some live music, had a glass of champagne, and of course a big bowl of penne before heading back to our hotel. On Sunday, we didn't really have a solid plan. We just knew we wanted to bob around and explore, so we took the train out to Brooklyn in the morning to get some brunch at Inga's. I'd been on a real mushroom kick lately, so I ended up getting their mushroom grilled cheese and the fries were incredibly good. We played some board games at the Black Bull for a couple of hours, had a few drinks, and then stopped for an early dinner at Katz's. Since we'd been waiting about an hour to get in, I ended up going with the matzo ball soup because I really needed something to help me defrost. We also got the latkes, and Owen got a Reuben. I also tried my first egg cream, which the waiter assured me was going to ruin my appetite, but I went for it anyway, and it was delish. I looked on the map after dinner. I saw that we were right next to the old friend photo booth. Somebody from my hometown is actually the owner of this, so I thought it would be really fun to pop by. I didn't realize we were going to be waiting in the cold again for at least another 45 minutes, but we played 20 questions and made the most of it. My favorite clue for 20 questions, by the way, is it bigger or smaller than a loaf of bread? Really narrows it down every time. After a couple drinks at KGB bar to warm up, we made our way back to our hotel and got in an early night for our departure the next morning. And if you're still watching this, you're almost certainly someone I know in real life. So thank you so much for watching, supporting, and following along. I hope to have at least one video a month this year. That's my goal. So hopefully I'll see you in May. Bye.